So, still, that lane should be pretty decent for Pain. I'm concerned that they're showing all their cards right now. The secondary support, Sand King, is...
Dire team's turn to pick.
be fine, because the way Spirit Break... you a meta hero anymore, but the hero still does exactly what you want. And now SG Esports grab their mid lane, trying to get that Razor matchup, or Costa's playing the Razor. You never know. They can definitely swap things up regardless, but they really just want that Razor versus Omni Knight matchup. How good of a game is this for Storm Spirit? The laning phase might be a little bit of a concern here for SG Esports, insofar Bardino is on the Shadow Demon. Not really a great hero. Versus that Omni Knight, just Yeah, that has not been confirmed yet. Here we go. It hurts a lot, and you gotta use. Get with the silence, but this isn't channeling, it's just acid. Gonna cancel the charge and probably will be okay. Duster has another fissure, but With only Ice Blood to do any damage, they'll have to get a full wall or a Puck Orb. Not going to happen. Mid lane, ADR did take a spill, but the assists with the turnaround from the team still doing fairly well. Costa obviously having a completely free game, as is the Weaver. We have a lot of people that are struggling really hard and are, well, not struggling at all. Really not much of a middle ground here in this game. Razor, though, feeling pretty comfortable. Perhaps he shouldn't be feeling this comfortable. Razor does have quite a bit of just natural bulk through HP. A lot of movement speed with the phase boots. But if he gets wrapped around upon, he is definitely a viable kill here for the Pain Gaming side. But Levels Purification is level 2. Not a huge chunk of damage versus the 700 HP of the Razor, but yeah, it will add up with you know, an AA and an Earthshaker there. See what else Theo can get done. So far, Base Cow doing pretty good work. Now looking at Tavo, obs are placed, is spotted by the Dire Observer. Theo can find Tavo. Unfortunately, Repel does not do anything versus Greater Bash. Only one so far. Link is there. Now the second bash from the charge, and so much damage. Whip it real good. Poor Tavo. They've just pinged the fact that there's an obs here also, and he still goes for that ward. Can they make it a trade? The Batrider's gonna get bailed out for a couple seconds now, but Leposa will get frozen in place. Unfortunately, Bardino cannot really help out in that scenario. Ice Blood charging forward with the haste rune is gonna lose the haste and will be able to back off. HFN gets pretty banged up, but again, that's what the magic wand is for, so not a big deal. It's an even one-for-one trade across the map in the offlane or offlaners. With all this talk about offlanes being like this skill matchup and everything like that, not much finesse here from these offlaners. Infinite finesse will do literally nothing for them in this game. ADR, actually, he is in the area. This is all spotted by the observers of the Dire. And the Earthshaker, well, he will teleport in. That wasn't actually spotted, but now they know he's there. Coil drops onto Costa. He's at full HP with 10 wand charges. Does snap the coil and is now walled off by the fissure. Stick charges will not save him here. He's going to turn and fight because he has literally no other options. And in the meantime, ADR is back here chasing after couriers. Not really, though. Kind of just wandering by. Okay, sure. Guess he just wants to give the Shadow Demon that level 6, maybe? HFN's being charged. He has stick charge, though, up to 800 HP. It's a level 3 hero versus a level 7 hero. I don't care who you are. That's not going to go well for the level 3. That pick off on the Razor. Yeah, that's a big one. Pain do have to commit pretty much everyone to that kill. But in the end, probably worth it. ADR, there is no coil here, so we can just leave. Bye. No fissure in the area. Means he's fine. I'm not really sure if it was worth it to like go all the way in this route to not even cut a full creep wave. That didn't really seem like an efficient usage of time for the Storm Spirit. I don't know. I'm no expert. Right now, it does seem like this game looking about just as even as the last game. However, this is not a game for Pain where they are looking to bank hard onto a late game Medusa. Like, yeah, their late game is pretty powerful with this Weaver, but SG Esports are more than okay playing this late game style as well because they have so much initiation. They will be able to start any given fight at any time because of the Storm, because of the Batrider, and of course that Spirit Breaker, who will admittedly get a lot weaker initiation as the game moves forward, but still they have those options. Whereas for Pain, I don't really know how they initiate outside of a Blink Coil, which is going to be great, and I guess Weaver can kind of help out quickly, but Coil one guy, the Storm Spirit can just ball lightning out of there. There is a disruption to protect. It's definitely not nearly as effective as the initiation we see from SG. Radiant Scan going to go red. Costa is going to get the hell out of there. Duster is not going to read it with the random fissure. They will have the courier. Beaver Knight! Beaver Knight! Okay. Sing Sing elsewhere in the world just woke up in a cold sweat. He's sleeping. I don't know if he's sleeping. You might be sleeping, you might not be. I don't actually know. Something terrible has happened. Dude, ADR is just like all up in the cheese game today. I guess not today, just with this specific Storm Spirit game. The tower is going to be a little bit pressured, I guess. HFN is going to get a lot of damage drained out from him. Costa, though, at half HP. He's going to get bugged now. Has a lot of backup. Plasma Field does go out and charge. Connects onto 2. Purification is going to be there, returning a lot of damage back to Theo. Bardinho is going to put 1 in a bubble, but HFN with a repel on himself cannot be stopped as Theo is going to stick up. Luposa is here, level 7, but he doesn't have a lasso. Fissure's not that great. And they do get the charge off onto the Weaver. Can they actually kill him off? No chance. He has time lapse. Luposa does not have lasso. He's just going to try to put some fire on the floor and then try to TP out. Not going to happen either. And Pain Gaming are going to clean house on top lane. Again, this is going to involve literally their entire team. They're also unable to kill off the Razor, the hero they really want to kill. But they're getting the Weaver involved in these engagements much earlier than he usually gets involved. And they're able to survive with everyone. Get the experience on the Earthshaker. That's Arcane Boots on the hero. Definitely a good exchange here for the Pain Gaming side. They can keep that up. Yeah, look, things are looking good. All right, this is a little bit more of the build I expected from Bardinho. You go for Disruption and Soulcatcher if you have like a Kunkka or a Lina on your team. Otherwise, you always go Shadow Poison. Hell, even if you do have a Kunkka, Lina on your team or a Lestrak or something like that, I think you still go for Shadow Poison. It just ends up doing more damage. And it gives you vision and whatnot. Although I guess level 1 vision on Shadow Poison is the same thing as level 4. Farm game is still really close. It's going to come down to these item timings. The Earthshaker, he's obviously going to go for his Blink Dagger. Bat Rider, he's going to go for drums. There's a dead courier, so I don't actually know what he's going for. Probably doesn't have much. Might be going for drums in this game, but you know, Blink Dagger is going to be still a really powerful item. He's so close to Blink Dagger, probably just goes for it. Bosa just building up pretty standard Razor stuff, a lot of movement speed. Got to mix in that survivability. Pain Gaming do have some, you know, fools that don't care about Hood. Hard's just going to cancel the TP of Duster. In the meantime, Luposa does have a lasso, is going to grab HFN, try to bottle up, but I don't know to what end. He's just going to die here. ADR is in the area. He doesn't have any vision, though. They will kill off Duster in the top lane. In the meantime, King RD is going to get charged right through. Damage is huge on the puck. Here comes the Ice Blast, though. That should shatter Costa. A couple more right clicks from Ice Blood will get the kill. Theo also might shatter here. Oh, he's going to have the ability to charge out right about now, but the puck almost orbed him. Still gets it with the charge and will die. Theo gets the kill. Will go down to Ice Blood, giving a double to the AA. Elsewhere, they were chasing down the supports. Shadow Demon does fall. An absolute mess across the battlefield. Ultimately, this isn't quite accurate as a fight recap. This should be about 600 gold for the Pain Gaming side, and a little bit less gained there from SG because they also lost the Shadow Demon. But ultimately, that is a Pain favorable engagement or engagements. ADR is the only Storm Spirit I've seen not go for Kaya first. He's the only one who always goes Bloodstone first. Get with the times, ADR. This isn't 2016 no more, or I guess January 2017. He's gonna take a lot of damage here. The bugs are gonna give them free tracking. There is no shrine here. There is some backup coming in. HFN is gonna chase on forward, does get charged, so they do have the tracking now, but is there any proper true sight? There isn't the Spirit Breaker. They do link up the Weaver, and then they don't true sight. I guess they just figure they can't get him. Probably reasonable. It's a freaking Weaver after all. But yeah, this ADR going for this kind of old school build is not bad. It really is slow though. Like the Storm Spirit is playing for the late game, and that's fine. Like I think the build that ADR goes for is Bloodstone then Kaya, as opposed to the usual Kaya then Bloodstone. But it just means that he has to sit back and farm for longer. And the difference in Bloodstone, Perseverance versus Soul Ring is actually pretty big. The regen on Storm Spirit is nice for sure, but not having that burst mana from before is that's pretty costly as well. Posta, speaking of, is going to get obliterated elsewhere. He definitely had enough gold for the Blink Dagger, or was like 5 gold short. I'm like, who is this? It's a super dead Shadow Demon is who it is. Charge is coming in through Tavo onto HFN. Costa's going to take Tavo for a walk, but only steals 42 damage. Not good enough. Pain Gaming are getting a lot of action right now, and SG are really not with many responses. Theo's response is pretty quick as far as 4 positions are concerned with the charge, but still just not enough. ADR, he is just trying to cheese out some farm on this top lane with that Bloodstone build-up again. If he had a Kaya, he'd be more inclined to fight right now or soon, but really needs that Bloodstone before he's going to be incentivized to go for any movements. Still, he's getting quite a bit of gold. We can see the gold from Pain coming in on all the heroes, killing off creeps, coming in from killing off heroes and Duster, not really being needed about now is able to freely farm. Tavo's going to take control of the lane, get himself a Yule Scepter. Really nice item to respond to a Bat Rider with. Or a Storm, I guess. But the Earthshaker should probably just get a really fast Blink Dagger. There's really no need for Duster to do anything in this game. He's okay just sitting in the jungle farming, or finds a free lane. He doesn't have to worry about a Storm Spirit or a charge from the Spirit Breaker, and that is a concern for sure. This is the item that'll help turn the tide here for SG, get them some momentum, because they are not really working with many options right now. Storm Spirit is fairly close to that Bloodstone, just only needs 600 gold and disassembles the Arcane Boots. But they have the big item. The Bat Rider has Blink Dagger. Yeah, he has Blink Dagger. Oh, ADR almost getting out of that circle. They have the initiation, and this is still a Secret from Pain. Theo, though, hit with the Purge, or the Slow, rather, from HFN. He's going to Shikuchi back. He does still have the time lapse. Jump in from ADR, who also has 1 point in the current. The right clicks are not enough, and HFN will get repelled and will try to book it out of there. GA goes up on Tavo. It immediately will be taken off by the Demonic Purge, and they'll take down the Omnite instead. Here comes King RD. Coil on to Theo only. He'll get bubbled and saved for a little while longer. HFN now going to try to cheese out Costa, who's going to hit with the Echo Slam and will fall, but Theo comes in and kills off the Weaver in trade. ADR still has a double damage rune. He doesn't have that much mana. He's going to try to go for Ice Blood. Never mind, he's going to back off to the side now. King RD actually able to escape from Bardino and Laposa. These heroes are really difficult to actually apply damage with. The Blink Dagger is very easy to use afterwards. Interesting to see SG go for a play that greedy. The Bat Rider had the lasso. He did use the lasso, but it wasn't on the Weaver. I mean, they end up getting him in the end, but the fact that he got that time lapse off, the fact that they got the GA off and all of the Omnite kit off, and Purification I think hit 4 people, so, you know, 130 mana, deal 1,000 pure damage, seems pretty good. Means that that fight, again, goes fairly well for Pain. ADR, though, does have his Bloodstone completed whenever the courier gets to him. There is Blink Daggers coming up, though, on a lot of heroes. The biggest of which probably being this Earthshaker. That additional free stun is huge, and oh, Razor. I already mentioned why I don't like Razor as a hero. No, anyway, he's gonna survive this time because of the fact that he is, in fact, Razor as opposed to another hero. But it always just, like, whenever he, like, goes into a fight and just gets annihilated first thing, I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be a tanky hero. You built Hood, you built drums. Does need some armor up against the Weaver. What is Weaver working with right now? Just the Fusel Blade. Looking for that Lance soon enough. Pavo, Duster. They do have some big items coming up. ADR does have the Bloodstone, and they, with the Demonic Purge, can deal with Tavo pretty freely. Although it looks like they are not really interested. ADR still needs that farm. Gotta get that Kaya, gotta upgrade those boots. On top of the net worth chart right now. That's pretty impressive considering how much action this Weaver has been getting into. And that's most of all just been getting straight kills, not just unsuccessful action either. Huck now gonna get leashed down. Firefly jump in from the Storm Spirit. They have Electric Vortex. They have stuns aplenty. They'll get the kill before Tavo can arrive. And now hit with the Nether Strike. Theo maybe going a little bit too far there. Is he stuck? He's pretty dead, so it doesn't really matter if he's stuck, although Bardino's gonna give him a little bit of help, and now the Ball Lightning back in from ADR, as well as the charge back onto 2 will kill off Duster. In the meantime, Costa dies by himself because lull Razor. Bardino's gonna try to TP out of here. Weaver Tavo can interrupt with the Yule Scepter, and that should be the death of Bardino. Big Purification hit. HFN grabs the kill. Wow, Theo actually with that charge able to survive entirely from that engagement. Bardino, I don't really know how he got to this position. Definitely a good spot to be in at that point in the game, though. Tavo's being charged, but that charge is probably not going to land against a Yule Scepter hero. HFN does collect a couple of Bloodstone charges here. Theo, dude. That's all he wanted. He just wanted to pull out the slow effect from the Weaver. Inhibit. Weaver is going to be a pretty big problem, especially having killed off Costa. Weaver, 1,200 gold. Only does seem like he still needs to build up more bulk. He's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter, which is a reasonable mixed damage bulk item, but This Weaver, look at the right clicks. It's insane. Ice Blast, not even going to be needed here. Batrider will cancel his TP. ADR will still commit as charge is also coming in. Tavo is going to have the repel for himself and the TP out. They will bubble the Weaver. They can't do anything with this though, as Duster and Iceblood are actually spotted. Theo is, well, fine, I guess. They don't have any True Sight, and he'll just charge away. Okay, well, that works. Razor so far really having a struggling time up against Weaver. Supposed to be tanky, doesn't really survive much longer than Bardinho. Gets kicked off in the middle of nowhere. This Diffusal Blade this time for HFN, providing some serious benefits. ADR, Laposa trying to go for King RD. They have the lasso, have the charge in as well. The Blink Alka Slam, get a combo break. That means the puck evasion for a little while longer. Drop the coil as well. Ice Blast coming in, will kill off the Storm Spirit. Actually, no, he'll get himself denied. But they'll kill off to keep King RD alive, as SG try to go for that play without proper mana pool on the Storm Spirit. Is going to be a pretty instant respawn, but this game is not looking like SG are in control at all. Pain Gaming just are wandering around the map, getting kills completely freely. We'll just be able to keep this tempo up. The only real downside here for Pain, or a thing that isn't going perfectly, is the fact that they don't really have the best objective taking power here. Like, Weaver right now does a lot of damage versus these heroes, but versus towers, like, he's still going to take quite a long time to grind through him, especially going for a non-offensive item as his next. Obviously, Omni Knight and Puck don't have any game versus Roshan or towers, so it is going to take Pain a little while longer to get these objectives. And in the meantime, SG are going to be split pushing, they're going to be farming. So that's like a little bit of a concern here for Pain, but I mean, they're in such a great spot that I'm pretty sure that concern is not super substantial right now. We'll take down a free tower on bottom side, get HFN most of his Lincoln Sphere. Pain Gaming that Lincoln Sphere up against Batrider, going to be absolutely incredible. But there are a lot of kind of trash spells to throw in. You can charge someone and then Blink Lasso them, or just Blink or Staff Lasso them. Like, there are definitely workarounds here through the Lincoln Sphere. Still, the Weaver is going to be very powerful with this item. Not to mention the fact that he'll also have an Omni Knight behind him. Aghanim's Razor is not really an explosive damage item. Very linear as far as what it could do. Good, for sure. This is bad, though. Storm Spirit gonna get silenced. Waning Rift, Chain Stun from Duster. Not quite good enough. And the Ice Blast didn't actually land. Now Laposa is gonna come in. Flame Break onto Iceblood. Lasso. Not going to use it on Iceblood. Really trying to greed out here. Duster, in the meantime, is gonna get taken for a walk by Costa and will be dropped. Looks like they definitely did not need the lasso. Storm Spirit has enough time to regenerate some mana. Gets Costa a double kill. And hey, look at that. There's a shrine here. They'll get right back to ship shape with still the lasso in their inventory. In their inventory? That doesn't make any sense. In their arsenal. HFN is being charged right now. So he has full scouting right now as Laposa is going to take this guy's grab Tavo. And this Omni Knight does have a Eul Scepter for himself, but is going to lose a lot of damage here. Charge comes in, tries to keep the Weaver out of this engagement. Even time Tavo will try TP out. It looks like it'll actually work. Although, can they get anything? No, they can't get anything here. That TP from the Omni Knight, okay, despite losing literally all of his damage, surrounded by enemies. Looks like he was still repelled, and he had to Demonic Purge it off, and then get the Disruption to come out. Takes a little bit too much time. HFN gonna find ADR. Starts burning a little bit of his mana, but the charge is back in from Theo. Is there an ultimate? Yes, there is. And HFN, he overplayed his hand. Oh, he's gonna buy back in time lapse, trying to get the kill onto ADR with the Ice Blast. He is dead. But he's also in a little bit of trouble because he doesn't have time lapse. And he's literally stuck in a corner. Costa can't get in easily, but they do have a greater bash with the charge. Theo looking for another one. HFN has another Shikuchi. Plasma Field will kill him off, and it's a dieback for the Weaver. What the hell just happened? Okay, indeed. Laposa is not in a good spot, though, and he will go down without the backup of his allies. Jumping forward for more. Fisher lands onto 2 Orb as well. Cutting right through as they coil onto both. Charge back in from Theo as Costa refusing die. ADR is back, actually. Did he buy back for this? No, he just respawned thanks to Bloodstone charges. He can only really go for a handful of these heroes, though. He doesn't have that much damage. His mana pool is running a little bit dry here. He already gets purified, and Tavo's going to start chasing forward. ADR is going to get out from that Ice Blast, and he is free and clear away. Pain Gaming are actually still chasing. They have a Eul Scepter here, But still, this is mana regeneration time for the Storm Spirit. Everyone in the mob going to buy back because they get another silence onto the Storm Spirit. He does have the ability to ball anything out, and he will get straight to the shrine and probably survive, although the Spirit Vessel is still making that shrine healing very minimal. They are looking for King RD, but another purification goes off onto him. Leposa with the Firefly on the floor, may be able to get the kill on this puck, but with an orb out, I don't really think that's the case. Storm Spirit's not too healthy. Does have a lot of mana left to chase, though. He's going to grab the Omniate. Once again, Eul Scepter is there for Tavo. Purification, he has no TP. He's going to repel himself to try to beat down Leposa or run, because he is pretty damn quick with the Spirit Vessel coming out from Ice Blood once again. We'll get Tavo a lot of HP. Purification will be amplified even more here, as Pain Gaming are bringing in some more reinforcements, including the Earthshaker. Fissure goes on to the Shadow Demon, and it's going to wall him off and probably end up killing him off, in fact. Yes, he will go down. Ultimately, everyone buys back, trying to save that Storm Spirit. It's a dieback for the Weaver and for the Shadow Demon. This actually looks pretty accurate, so Pain Gaming, with a slight lead there, end up getting a lot of value out of their Omni-Knight, a ton of value out of their puck. And it is going to cost SG a hell of a lot. Not really sure, but I guess the Razor... Did the Razor die there? The Razor did die there, yeah. It seemed like they needed another hero besides the Storm Spirit for SG. And ultimately, that run and gun fight, it actually wasn't that bad for them. Pain committing to that really hard with that buyback into time-lapse. But at the end of the day, they still have a 10k lead. They still have a lot of momentum and a lot of heroes being alive. That is probably the most value I've seen from a Spirit Vessel. It decreases the healing, increases your own healing. Like, yeah, I mean, it's usually not that relevant in this particular game. SG don't have much healing, but they have a shrine, and Spirit Vessel's pretty good against that. HFN Tavo, they're gonna get jumped in. Coil onto Costa. He does have the barrier. He'll put it up, but there's so much damage here. This Razor's gonna get obliterated again. ADR is going to kill off the mid lane, but that's not the lane that's the problem right now. It's the top lane. HFN doing the damage. Even Tavo took the damage talent. So he's just right-clicking to his heart's content. Storm Spirit will try to thin the creep wave a little bit, but the melee racks are in trouble. They're not fortifiable right now. Bernino has the Demonic Purge, but Tavo really doesn't really want to use it here. They'll just paulating back and forth, just stalling, I guess. A little bit of damage done onto the supports. Ice Blood is going to be... What is going on? He has an Arcane Rune. That's why he's able to do this. But off to the side, they found the Spirit Breaker. He's going to get obliterated. Tavo's taking a lot of damage here. Eul Scepter will once again save his bacon. Will it actually, though? Yes, it will. Storm Spirit is out of mana because he's messing around a little bit too much. Can't fight for real. Melee racks will be taken, going once again for a ride. All the way in towards the Earthshaker. Gets stunned up, though. Echo Slam is there with the Fissure. And he has to get out of here right away. He will just die. He doesn't have any mana because HFN has the mana burn. Oh, ADR, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What was that? That was so bad. Ball lightning in, ball lightning out, ball lightning in, ball lightning out. Oh shit, I'm out of mana, I'm dead. All right, well, Pain Gaming, 17k now in advantage. Bat Rider has been a complete non-factor in this game. The Shadow Demon as a Tavo counter has done very little, and Theo, he's done a lot. I mean, it seems like he's done a lot more than 5k worth of Spirit Breaker, but god damn. There's a Spirit Vessel on AA and a level 1 Dagon. This is going to be really hard for Pain Gaming to lose this game. Really, really hard. But you know what? Never too late to 322 the game. Never too late. The big issue is that there's no item that SG can get, no timing that they can hit through talents or anything that's really like, all right, we got it. We got this level or this one core item, and now we're going to win the game. They just don't have it on their draft. So, and now, what? This Lincoln Sphere is finally up. I guess the Weaver did die back, so he lost a lot of gold. That makes sense. I'm going to go for Roche. Again, this isn't really the fastest thing in the world, but man, Omni-Knight has so much movement speed. He has S and Y plus the damage talent. Where's that ball lightning shenanigans, ADR? He's on top lane pushing. No one's going to be here for this. It's going to be a free Aegis for the Weaver, I'd imagine. Even the illusions of Shadow Demon not lasting long enough. Now 18k lead. Pain Gaming are going to be bearing down on SG. Avo died 3 times, but man, could have easily been like 6 deaths in this Omni Knight. Not for very clutch timings. Jif Ben just had that Lincoln Sphere, and it was revealed clear as day. I don't know how often these guys click inventories, but I assume it's obsessively. Like, if you are playing at this level, like, if you see anyone on the map, you're gonna immediately snap to them and check their inventory. You don't want to get screwed over by BKB or a Lincoln Sphere, of which there are going to be 2 in about 5 seconds. Double Lincolns. Smoke is here. The line is drawn for bottom. SG, I don't actually know what they can do. This Razor isn't tanking the Weaver at all. It's like impossible to static link a Weaver also, because he'll just run away from you in an instant. Snap that link. Pavo can pretty much do it as well. The 510 movement speed on the smoke. Ooh, there goes the storm. He misses though. Dude, you have one job. One job. I guess he has no arcane rune this time. How the hell are you supposed to play Storm Spirit without an arcane rune? I don't understand. Easy tower. And maybe easy high ground. Pain Gaming, they definitely know that they are vastly ahead right now. Here comes the ball lightning. Will in the creep wave, I guess. Cost Storm Spirit all of his mana pool, but the siege creeps will still fire. Backdoor protection is still disabled here. Not quite able to do much with it though. Razor's getting farm in the meantime top lane, but BKB is not going to save his ass versus Razor. Or versus the Weaver rather. He is Razor. Like, he's building items that are out of necessity it seems, but not even that great. Weaver is going to go for the Desolator. The big pushing item. Hell, he can go for anything right now. He can go for Butterfly if he wants to. Like, stop building this, just start building something else. Interesting. He went for Night Vision on the Spirit Breaker. This guy's dead, by the way. You'd think up against a Weaver who's this... I mean, it was a while ago since he got this talent. But you're up against a Weaver. You really want that Night Vision? I don't know. 500 vision is a lot of range. Once again, everyone's on top lane where the action's happening over in bottom. Storm Spirit does have a TP back. Cannot do the TP ball lightning trick. He'll just have to yank himself back and forth into the mid lane, actually, trying to scrape together some extra cash. Doesn't even get back to the fountain, so Weaver is just going to town. There's no defense. No one is doing anything to defend this, so they'll just give away their tower. If you're going to give away your racks, you might as well GG right now, because, like, you're not playing the game at this point. Leposa is going to go Firefly right now, jump in silence onto the Razor. They have isolated the Bat Rider with a coil on him. He is going to fall, as well as Theo. 2-man Echo Slam here from Duster as the Puck joins the fight as well. Where the hell is the Storm Spirit? He's finally here, but immediately goes up into the sky thanks to that Omni Knight. Gets silenced as well. Will probably be fun. No, he just kills him. They're done. They cheat. He just killed himself. Literally just ball lightninged in really late.